What's going on? Shallow Water, Texas, Marlin, Texas, Colleyville, Texas, and Flower Mound, Texas. Welcome to episode 73 of season 5 of Talking Throws podcast. I'm Coach Jason.
And I'm Coach Janelle.
And we are throws coaches with the track club, the Throwing Factory. And we bring you this lovely podcast to kind of spread, the voice of throwing for the state of Texas. So if you want to check out our bios, go to thethrowingfactory.com. Right now, we're in the middle of our summer season, so we're still doing private lessons. So if you need lessons for shot, disc, javelin, or hammer, feel free to reach out to us. Maybe if you're in the West Texas area and don't want to drive into the Metroplex, we have Coach Morgan Knight that's out of Abilene that's running Night Power and Performance. On the other side of Weatherford, we have Coach Kai Smith, a former Abilene Christian thrower. He's running the club west at the Throwing Factory. And then we have Coach Jarvis, who's running east at the Throwing Factory, and he's over on the east part of Dallas, kind of the Mesquite, Sunnyvale, Forney, Terrell area. So if you're looking for lessons, whether it's shot put, discus, javelin, or hammer, feel free to reach out to us. Remind everybody also, too, that on thethrowingfactory.com, we have that shopping page. Go check out that cool apparel. If you want to look cool at your next track meet, go check some of that stuff out. We have really cool shirts for moms. Janelle's wearing a new visor. So go check the thethrowingfactory.com website out. We want to thank our sponsors for season 5. Without them, we can't do what we do. Texas Track and Field Coaches Association. Stuart Cantor is just the best of the best. Everything you need to know in the news going on with track and field in the state of Texas, he's the guy. Go to his website, ttfca.org. That's ttfca.org for everything track and field based for the state of Texas. Fourthrows.com. Quality implements price right. Go to fourthrows.com. Use the code TalkingThrows10 to get 10% off. I've had a lot of people tell me that they're going to that website, but they're not using the code. Use the code TalkingThrows10 to get 10% off your order, especially with the shipping costs and all that type of stuff. That using that code can save you, 20 to 40 bucks on your shipment. Also, Porta-Circle, Porta-Circle. Making throwing more accessible. Go to use that code TalkingThrows10. The website is porta-circle.com, porta-circle.com. Our favorite athletic development based out of Austin, Texas, ran by Zach Phillips. His cell is 512-507-8347. He runs Ready Up Athletic Development. If you've got team consulting, semi-private, strength conditioning in the greater Austin area, go reach out to Zach Phillips. His website is readyupad.com, and you can follow him on Instagram and Facebook. And then Fiber Sports Discus, a new way to get distance. Fiber Sports Discus is taking the guesswork out of discus selection. It's not just about the rim weight. Go to fibersports.com, and that is led by Mr. Bruce Codwell. And you can also go to fourthrows.com and purchase a Fiber Sports Discus as well. So there's a lot of pros and cons, and a lot of people advertising discus out there that they got the best and best. Trust me, Fiber Sports is the way to go. Go to that website and use the code TalkingThrows10 to get 10% off. On today's show, we're calling it the Zoom of Champions. So we're bringing on 4 guests that won the gold medals at the recent state championship in the state of Texas. One of our throwers is a junior from Flower Mound, Marcus. She won the gold in the discus, Emma Sralla. One of our guests is a senior boy, Lucas Williams, out of Colleyville Heritage. He won the discus in Class 5A. We have a junior boy, Praiyer Jones, from 2A Marlin, out of Waco, and he won the gold in the shot put. And then another junior female is Mia
Goicoechea. Mia Goicoechea.
Who won the gold in the discus, and she is from 3A Shallow Water. So let's get into it with these 4 outstanding athletes, and let's hear their story. All right, we cool? All right. Well, first, we're going to go around and have everybody introduce yourself and say what classification you won state in and what event, and what was your winning throw in that mark. So, Mia, we're going to start with you. Go ahead.
See my name?
Yes.
My name is Goicoechea. I'm a junior in 3A, and I won state with a throw of 141 feet 5 inches.
In the discus, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, what high school do you go to?
Shallow water.
Shallow water. All right, thank you. Emma, we'll start with you. Your next same question.
Okay, my name's Emma Sralla. I go to Marcus High School, and I'm in 6A, and I won 6A state championship with a throw of 174.
Awesome. Thank you. Lucas, next.
Hey, I'm Lucas Williams. I go to College Heritage. I won 5A discus with a throw of 191 feet 2 inches.
Awesome. And Praiyer, last one, man.
My name's Praiyer Jones. It's like how you pray. And I'm a junior at Marlin High School, and I won. Well, it's a 2A, and I won shot put with a throw of 56 feet and 8 inches.
Oh, wow. Awesome. So, Emma, we're going to ask you the first question. What was the process for you building up for that state meet going into Austin?
Basically, I just wanted to, I wanted to get a really good mark. And so in the weight room and everything, I kind of backed off a couple weeks before, and I just worked on the transition of my throw and everything like that. So I could kind of, in the meet, stay really calm and not, do anything weird or get unbalanced or anything like that. So it was mostly just a lot of technique work in the transition and stuff like that to really, solidify my technique.
Gotcha. Mia, same question to you. What were your 2 weeks prior to leading up to that state meet? What was your that process?
Personally, like, my technique was down pretty much, but I really needed to start muscling up. So I hit the weight room a lot to try to get a little further feet on that throw, because my technique was still good. I just had to find those few more feet.
Gotcha. So you so just give us an example. Did you go from lifting maybe once or twice a week to maybe 4?
I wasn't lifting much in the season because I was throwing every single day, and so I started lifting every other day coming up to the meet. But
awesome. Olympic lifting, like clean and jerk, snatches and stuff?
Ish. It's just kind of random.
Totally understand.
Yeah, totally. I didn't have a specific. It was just getting in there, I guess.
Gotcha. And Lucas, for you, what was your 2 weeks prior building up to that state meet?
I guess it's kind of similar to what Emma said. I didn't really go that heavy on the stuff. I just really focused on what I was doing in the ring, my technique, focusing on the little things like turning my knee a bit harder at the back, holding the middle a bit longer, all that.
Just technical stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
And Praiyer, you same question for you, bud.
My preparation, I did a lot of technique stuff since I consider myself to be an already stronger guy than most people.
Yeah.
Then I just use a lot of technique and basically getting my leg around quicker and getting into the middle of the circle and then speeding up to get that good sort. So
now, Praiyer, are you a rotational shot putter, right? Or glider?
Yes, I was originally a glider, but I just transitioned this year to.
Oh, really? This year you switched to rotation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, awesome. Well, you made a quick transition. Now, I think 3 out of the 4 of you also went to state in the opposite event as well, right? Emma, I think you went in the shot put as well. How did you do in the shot put?
I did good. I had a PR at 44 feet 3 inches, I think. So that was that was a PR, so that was cool. And I got 3rd place, so that was really fun. I didn't really know what I was going to do going into it, so it was a nice surprise.
Nice. And Praiyer, you did as well, right? You threw discus?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. Praiyer, go ahead.
I thought you were talking about. I didn't know it was going.
Oh, that's okay. All right, Praiyer, your turn.
Okay. Yeah, I did discus, but I didn't have the outcome I wanted. I didn't do that good. By my standards, even though, so it was just a lot of, I think part of it was I went in overthinking a lot of stuff, and my biggest issue was that I don't like discus, so I was surprised to even be there.
I love the reality.
So
you just don't like it.
So did you throw shot first, then you had to follow up the afternoon with discus?
I threw discus first, and we had to wake up early. And then I didn't even want to be there for discus, and I just didn't have the right mindset. So
you used that, motivation for a second. And Lucas, how about yourself? You shot put?
No.
You can just say that you had a bad experience with shot put.
You know how I did. It was not good. I got dead last.
Everybody else, you just had a bad day.
Yeah.
I had a really
Just
bad
had
day.
a bad day. Now you also have a love-hate relationship with shot putters too, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
like shot put the way Praiyer likes discus. It's not good.
That's
I
good.
don't think Emma loves shot put either. Do you, Emma?
Nah.
I like to get points for my team. So anytime I can, get points and stuff like that, that's always nice. But I'm not exactly in love with the process, like practicing and stuff like that. But it's always fun to compete. So
Gotcha.
I guess I'll leave it at that.
Gotcha. Well, that's a great
That
political
is a great
answer.
answer.
Now, Mia, I know you've done some shot put because I've kind of checked you out, in the athletic.net world and stuff, but you just kind of more focus on discus, right?
Yes, I really don't like shot put at all. So I really just try to do discus.
Yeah. Now, what is it? How is that approached differently when you're going into that state meet with just knowing that you have one event you have to prepare for versus, the other three guests having two to prepare for? Was that just I have to get 6 throws, or do you feel like, all your eggs in one basket type mentality? Mia?
I mean, that would be crazy stressful if I had to do 2 events because leading up for one event is already scary enough, but I just kind of go throw by throw and I'm ready for each round, I guess.
Gotcha. So now we're going to kind of maybe also too want to ask you kind of what your PRs are. You gave me what you made in the state meet, but what your PRs as well. So Mia, we'll start with you. What's your PR in discus?
141.
141. Okay. Was that your PR, the 141.5 that you got at state?
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
That's great to PR at state. That's huge.
Yes.
Good job.
Now, Lucas, what's your PR in discus?
It's the 191.
191 2
Also, I threw 58 feet earlier in the year.
in the shot put.
Yeah, and I've also
All
thrown a 183 in the hammer.
183 in the hammer. Awesome. Emma, what's that discus mark?
My discus PR is 185, or I guess 56.38 in meters.
Okay. That's a shitty throw.
That's awesome. Emma.
I'm
Don't
joking.
listen to him.
I'm joking. I'm joking. Like you couldn't throw.
You made her cry.
You couldn't throw 186 that day. Come on. Praiyer, what about you, bud? What's your PR in shot put?
56.8, 56.8, and then my discus PR is 154.
150. Wow. So, the reason I asked that is I kind of knew that y'all all had PRs going into that meet in that kind of environment, in that stadium, especially throwing discus. You're having to judge the wind and all that type of stuff. Was it something that y'all worked with your coach, mental preparation, that you've kind of led you to kind of peak at that moment with your throwing? Lucas, I'll ask you that. I'll let you answer first.
Yeah, it wasn't particularly windy over Austin when we were throwing.
Yeah.
But we did kind of like work on compensating for the wind, whether it be using a differently weighted disc or just like changing up your technique, how like what angle you release to that. It's just yeah, we did work on that. It's just it wasn't as big of a problem as we predicted at state.
Gotcha. What about you, Mia? Was there something that you and your coach work on to kind of allow you to peak on at that time?
Leading up to state, we definitely worked on each technique thing, and he always makes us do practice competitions before we get there. So he'll be like, up next, Mia with the throw with this, you're in 3rd place. What are you going to do about it? And so I already had the mindset of going into each meet. So the wind really wasn't very fair either, but it was a slight right. So it was easy to throw into.
Gotcha. And Praiyer, what about you, bud? Is there something that you and your coach did to kind of allowed you to peak at that meet?
Well, it was more mental for me. he kept telling me that I wasn't near my peak, which in turn I took that to heart because since I just started, because that was also my first year doing discus too. So I kept telling myself that, you know, this is just another stepping stone to get me to where I needed to be in order to win both events. Even though I didn't win discus, then, you know, it still kind of bothers me that I did so bad in discus. But that's what that's kept saying, and just like it was more mental than physical. And we just kept doing the same techniques and then kept going over the same stuff because that's what got me there. And then that's what those techniques where I didn't need tweaking, just needed to use them in the meet, and then it showed off.
Yeah. What was your coach's name?
What's his Martinez.
Name?
Coach Martinez. Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Is he now? You also play football as well, right?
Yes.
Is he also your football coach as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What position do you play in football?
Nose guard, D tackle, and then I also play offensive guard.
Gotcha. Emma, what? Tell us about your school coach. What is his name, and does he coach other sports as well?
My high school coach, his name's Matt Lawrence, and yeah, he coaches football.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Mia, what about you?
My coach actually doesn't work at the school. His son goes to my school, but he just heard about me when I was in middle school, so he came out and started helping me then.
Okay. So, but you had a school coach that kind of helped you go to the meets and stuff like that, right?
Ish. He was there to cheer me on, but
okay. All right. So and I know everybody else has a private coach. So what was your private coach's name?
Aaron Frick.
Aaron Frick. All right, cool. Lucas, your school's coach. What's his name?
His name's David Jones. He helps coach some of the most experienced throwers, but I have another coach. I think you know him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Janelle Hayes, right?
Janelle Hayes.
Yeah, Janelle Hayes. But
yeah,
he helps out. He does well. I like him a lot. He's a nice guy. He films.
Okay.
He films for practices, which helps a lot.
Gotcha. Well, thanks. Yeah. So, all right. So I'm going to ask you now, is there someone that's been an outside influence that's helped you in your throwing career? Emma, we'll start with you. You can answer that first.
Yeah, Adam Sutliff. I've known him since I was like 8 years old, and he's been like my biggest mentor, coach, like at times even almost like a family member, like an uncle or something. So
yeah,
he's definitely been by my side throughout pretty much my whole throwing career.
Is there something that you've learned from him, like beyond throwing, just to be the person that you are, or the student athlete that you are?
I think there's just so many things. Like I could go on for an hour about all the life lessons he's taught me and stuff like that. But I think the biggest thing that I've taken for him is just like kind of like my outlook on life, and just like my confidence and my competitive drive, and just like my internal like will to be the best and stuff like that. I think he's really instilled in me from a young age that I can be the best. And I think I've taken that into all areas of my life, like whether it be in the classroom or just outside of everything, just in my own personal life. I think just my internal motivation and drive to just be better every day. I think that's probably the biggest thing.
Got it. All right. Praiyer, has there been an outside coach that's kind of helped you, get to that point where you had success at state?
An outside coach, first one is Coach Rob. Obviously, that's one. And then there's another one, Coach Reed. He's a coach that you know him.
I know him. Yes.
Yeah, he's been a real influence because when I couldn't quite reach Coach Rob, because I have to drive. Well, me and my family have to drive 4 hours every day to go at least get in touch with Coach Rob and meet him on some days. But when I couldn't quite reach him, Coach Reed he'll be there for me. And he was every step of the way. He was cheering me on, being just like another shoulder I can lean on when it counted.
Awesome. All right. Now, Mia, I know you dabbled a little bit and answered the question. So what was the coach's name again?
Aaron Frick.
Aaron Frick. Now, what has been his influence with you just beyond the throwing, the student athlete that you are, the person that you are? What's been some insight in y'all's relationship?
He's always been like one of my biggest cheerleaders. Like he's always saying like, I know you are capable of doing it. So you have to be in the mental state that like I could do it too. So his like biggest thing was SFT, which is see it, feel it, trust it. And so he always just like preached on that of you are ready to be at this stage. Now you just have to see it and believe it to be able to achieve it.
No, what was this? What was the acronym? What was it again?
SFT, see it, feel it, trust it.
Oh wow, we might have to steal that one. That's pretty cool. Cool.
It's from a movie called 7 Days of Utopia.
Yes.
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 Yeah,
And he made me watch that. And it was hard to watch, but the meaning was
so you're
good.
not a golfer then, huh?
Sorry?
I said you're not a golfer then, huh?
No.
No. So, all right. So, Lucas, where's the gold medal at?
Downstairs.
You can just tell
I have
us.
to go get it.
All right. Do you have it hanging up someplace?
Yeah, it's downstairs near the front door.
I'm going to ask him. He didn't ask you the question. So tell us about your outside coach and the influence he has been on you.
God, this guy's a piece of
I know. He's
language. All right. Yeah, but
you don't have to say anything.
I mean, he's kicked me in the butt when I needed it, but he's also lifted me up when I needed it. You know, he helps out with my technique a lot. My technique has gotten a lot better because of him, and he's a pretty big cheerleader as well. You can hear him from a mile away. When I threw that 191, all I could hear was, "Yeah, let's go!" It was amazing. He's pretty cool.
He almost pulled the bleachers down in Austin. They almost crashed with everybody.
Yeah, I could tell.
Yes, they almost did. All right. Well, thank you for saying that. Thank you for answering that. So, Mia, where's your gold medal?
My mom hung it up in our living room.
Nice. Now, Emma, where's yours?
Mine is up in my room. My like one of my best family friends, she's like an aunt to me. She bought me like this metal stand or whatever, which is, I think it's a little corny sometimes, but I put all my medals up there, all my best ones, and it's kind of like a little relic to see all the things I've done, I guess.
Cool. Mr. Jones, where's your gold medal at?
With my dad right now. He's building a metal case to just hold all my medals and stuff like that. All the ones beside, I tell him to take the Discus ones. Like, just don't even put the Discus ones up there. Gotcha. Just put his shop for it. But gotcha. he keeps it. He keeps all the medals and stuff and all the pictures and all pictures and everything. It's real cute, I guess.
Gotcha. That's awesome. And that's a good lead in. So, and that was going to be my next question. What's your parents been like, you know, in this, your senior year going into that state meet? Mr. Jones, you can answer that one. You know, what's your parents been like in your role, in their role with everything?
They were super supportive. I was blessed to have a dad who's been in a state setting. He went to state for football, so he was just like, don't try to get over yourself, and don't doubt yourself. That was the biggest thing. Don't doubt your capabilities of what you can do, and don't be cocky, but have confidence in yourself. And you know, just know that you're capable of doing anything in the world. And so that I was very blessed to have two parents that care for me and love me the way they did, and stuff like that. So
well said. Emma, what's been your family? I know you have a big family support. Your parents' role in you know your throwing career.
I would say first off, my mom has just been like, you know, at times like a shoulder to cry on. Like, so my drive out to Salina where I practice is like an hour long. So 2 hours a day, pretty much, I get to just like vent and like release all my feelings about training and stuff. I think that's been one of the most powerful things I've been able to do this year. And I'm glad that she's been like willing to take me and talk to me all those times. And then as far as my dad, I think he holds one of the most important roles in my, you know, I guess throwing career. And that's been that he's always let me know that like, if I throw 200 feet tomorrow, he's not going to be surprised. Like, he'll be really proud, but there's no amount of success I could reach that would make him surprised, really. And I think that kind of hits home as like I'm really capable of anything. And he's always, set the paradigm and showed me, Martina Hellman and what she's done, and like showed me these crazy numbers and stuff, and really like opened my mind to not just what I could do in the state or the country, but what I could really do in the world. And it's kind of given me like limitless possibilities. So I think that's been like just one of the biggest things for me in general.
Awesome. Lucas, what about your parents? What influence have they had on you?
They've made me into the person I am today. Honestly, if it wasn't for my mom annoying me to get stuff done, then I wouldn't get anything done. And I really appreciate both of them. I mean, my dad, my mom, just both of them are just amazing. I can't find the words to describe it because it's just insane. I love them so much. Now, do they play different
roles with you? Is your mom the person that you kind of the shoulder to cry on, and your dad is the kind of man-to-man talk, or is it kind of a little bit of both?
It's a little bit of both, honestly. Like there's no real like, my mom does this or my dad does this, because they both kind of do it both, Nice. They do it all.
Nice. And Mia, what about you? What's been the support from your parents and from your family?
So fortunately, my dad is a photographer, so he's at every meet and getting like cool pictures for us, and always can like say like, oh, look how cool you look in this one and all this stuff. And my mom, biggest cheerleader ever. You can always hear her screaming and woohoo, like anywhere she is. So they both want to push me to her like the best I can be, and they're both so supportive. So
nice. Now, do you have any brothers or sisters?
Yes, I have an older brother.
Older brother. And athletic? Is he sportsy? Thrower?
He was in high school, and he did throw, and he didn't like that I could throw farther than him, but
gotcha. Now, awesome. Lucas, do you have a sibling?
Yeah, I have an older sister. She did sports for a while. She did volleyball, but she ended up spraining her ankle her sophomore year, I think. But yeah, she's active, I guess.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Emma, what about you? Do you have an older brother, younger sister?
I have two older brothers. My oldest brother, he was a thrower, and he kind of like, he's the reason why I know Adam. So that's like, I mean, without him, I wouldn't really be able to do what I do. And then he's always, like kind of telling me different things that I could work on, or even like nutrition wise or weightlifting wise. He's always giving me a lot of insight about that. And then like the middle brother, I guess, Gus, he lives in Sweden, so he's a little bit far away, but he's just like, I can't even describe him really. Like, he's just the biggest supporter, the best older brother you could ever ask for. Like, he just always calls me up, and before state, he sent me this big long paragraph about how I could visualize and prepare and stuff. And he's just been like the biggest resource on confidence and just preparation and stuff like that. He's such a resource in my life, and I don't know if I could do what I do without him either. So
awesome.
Really good support there.
Praiyer, what about you? Any brothers or sisters that's had an influence in your life or done other sports?
Yeah, I have a younger brother, and he can be annoying sometimes, like some usually younger brothers is, but I love him to death. I'll do anything for him, and he keeps me grounded. He keeps me when I start to get cocky and stuff, and I'll be talking trash and all that. He'll be like, "Well, you didn't win in discus." So and I'll be like, okay. So we play like that all the time. Or he'll be like, when I do good, I'll be like, okay, I won a shot, but he'll be like, okay, you didn't throw the farthest. You didn't beat the record. So it's just he keeps me keep moving forward and knowing. And he tells me too that he knows that I can. There's no limit to what I can do. So
good. Now, how old is he? He's your younger
He's 13.
He's 13. He's right at that age where he's got an opinion on everything. He knows it all.
Is he gonna be bigger than you?
I think he's gonna be a late bloomer, but I think he's gonna be bigger than me. Okay. He's going the way he's eating right now. I'll be like, he be going crazy. But yeah.
Hi, my name is Meredith Mcgee. My father is the founder of Porta Circle. We created Porta Circle in order to make throwing more accessible so that you can truly train anywhere. Growing up in Rochester, weather was often a roadblock toward training, and having the Porta Circle was a lifesaver for both the indoor and outdoor season. Circles start at $149 and go to our website to learn more. www.porta-circle.com. Porta Circle, making training convenient.
Cool. Well, all right. So let's, y'all won state meet. You're probably the best in your classification and what y'all do. What's next for y'all? We got summer coming up. Lucas, you're the only senior. Everybody else is, junior going to be seniors. Mia, I asked you first. What's your plans for this summer? And getting ready for the fall.
I think I'm going to do a few summer meets just to try to keep me into it, but it's going to be a hard season, especially trying to defend the gold for next year. But my coach is trying to get me into shot put just to get there, but we'll see.
Do you do another sport, Mia? Do you play volleyball?
Yes, I play volleyball.
Okay.
So have you been playing volleyball your entire high school career or middle school career?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how do you juggle being a volleyball player? Do you go throw in the fall on Sundays and stuff like that?
Fortunately, they don't overlap too much just because volleyball is at the beginning of the school season or school year and track's at the end. So I'm right now I'm more juggling track and volleyball because we're getting ready for the next volleyball season while I'm still trying to prepare for summer track meets. So
gotcha. Okay, cool. Emma, what's your plans this summer?
So I'm fortunate enough to be a dual citizen, Swedish and American. So on Thursday, actually, I'm flying out to Europe and I'll start kind of my European leg of the season. So, and I'm even more fortunate enough to be a part of one of the most incredible clubs in Sweden, Sportvägen. So they're going to be able to help me out with finding gyms and finding places to throw and stuff. So it's just going to be the most mind-blowing, incredible training over there. And I'm just so blessed and so excited to be able to do that. And so I'll hit, I'll maybe have one meet per week. And then I'll be able to head home, mid-July. And then I'll have a few weeks before I head over to Cali, Colombia to compete in the under-20 World Championships for Sweden. So proud of being able to, represent Sweden and everything like that. And I'm just really looking forward to, trying to peak for that meet and get ready to really put up some big numbers in Colombia. So
will you do shot put?
I don't know. I might try to. There's some really good shot put coaches in Sweden, so I might try to get some tips and tricks. But I hit my wrist, it's just, It's just
I
really,
got you. I just had to throw it in there.
Will you? Are your parents going with you, or is that something you're just going to do on your own with the team?
Yeah.
How does that work?
So my mom will actually travel with me, and she'll be kind of like my manager almost, just making sure everything's going to plan and everything. So. And then my dad might come a little bit later for a shorter amount of time just to, check it out and everything. Because we have a lot of family over there too. So it's not just like a business trip, I have to also visit family and, have a good time too. So.
Yeah. So probably as a goal, will you do 5 or 6 more meets before you come back home and prepare to go to Columbia?
Yeah, I think 4 or 5. I mean, really the biggest meet over there will be the Nordic Championship. I mean, the Nordic Championships. So all the Nordic countries like Norway, Denmark, all Iceland, countries like that. So that'll be a big time for me to compete for Sweden in the U20s too. So that'll be it's just going to be so fun. It's always fun to put on the Swedish kit.
Congratulations on your success for all that. That's going to be good.
Thank you.
Mr. Jones, what's going on with you this summer? What are you getting ready for?
I'm trying to for track. I'm trying to make it to the Junior Olympics. So that's what I'm trying to do. And then for football, just a whole lot of camps for different schools and stuff like that. So, but I'm confident in my ability to go to the Junior Olympics. I mean, I could have PR'd in both discus and shot put. I just didn't stay in the ring. So, but I feel like it's coming. So I just got to keep working, and that's what I'm gonna do all summer. So,
gotcha. Is it hard for you juggling right now the expectations and obligations you have to your football high school wise versus what you're trying to prepare for yourself individually for those JOs?
It was at first. I mean, when I was in 7th, because I started all sports in 7th and 7th grade. Yeah. So during the 7th grade, I didn't like track at all. I hated track. my coach would tell me, well, you a big guy, you can do this. And I was like, no, I don't feel like doing it. But I did it. And so I didn't really start getting that passion for track until like later sophomore year. And so, but part of the reason that I found out you could get offers for track. See, okay. I didn't. We were new to the recruitment process, and I didn't know how to juggle. But then I didn't know how to juggle, track and then football and stuff like that. But now I'm getting more comfortable with my schedule and keeping the schedule. Part of the biggest thing I was just having a good schedule for being a multi-sport athlete is having a good schedule and then being prepared for a lot of things. So.
Gotcha. Awesome. Great answer. Lucas, what are you planning for this summer? And you're a senior, you've already graduated. What's your plans this summer? What's next for you?
I've got one more meet coming up. It's nationals at Hayward.
Okay.
I'm throwing disc and hammer in that. So
awesome.
That's going to be fun. After that, I'm going to throw lifts frequently, but I'm going to lift a lot more so I can get stronger, upcoming for college.
Okay.
Going to Colorado, Go Buffs. And I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to be transitioned to the college implements, which is it's going to be a little tricky, but I'll get it. That's fine.
Yeah. So just for clarification, you're going to step up to the 2K, right? The bigger discus?
Yep.
And the bigger hammer as well?
Yep.
So and shot put.
No.
No.
So as a senior, I have to ask you, as a senior, that last meet, that last throw, the 191.2, definitely had to mean more to you than maybe the other three guests, because it was basically over after that, right? Have you reflected on that moment?
Yeah, I have. I swear, the first night I slept with the medal. I'm not kidding. And because that was by far the biggest accomplishment of my entire track and field career. Everything I'd done for that point meant nothing compared to what I just did. It meant a lot to me that I did that, especially as a senior. Yeah. Because if I didn't bring home a medal, because I was sitting in fourth at the time, then would have really hurt.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, dude, you definitely went out on top for sure, man.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. So for cool, man. So cool. Don't sleep with the medal anymore, okay?
It's okay.
For sure. So all right. So you're going to University of Colorado to throw for the Casey Malone, one of the greatest discus throwers in U.S. history. To my other three guests, okay, open question. Plans to go to college? Do you have aspirations to throw in college? Who wants to answer first?
I'm not sure I understand. My watch, it was
talking. Okay, I'll answer first.
Go ahead.
So I do want to throw in college, but my original plan was to do for football, but right now I know my height is a factor. I know that height and size is a factor in the football world, and I just had to take into account and realize that. So I'm focused on. I'm more focused now on discus and shot put. I mean, I still love and I still play football, but I know how to balance it out now. So right now, what I plan to do is, if I do get a scholarship in track and field to go, then I'll go to a school that I want, and then do walk on for football. If I don't get a scholarship for football, or so that's the rate and plan right now. But that's only if I don't get the scholarship I want. And it's the same for football. If I do get a offer to play somewhere and I really want to go, and I'll go, then I'll try to walk on for discus and not discus, shot put. I just try for something the best.
I know. So have you
staying for it?
Have you heard from some colleges? I know you're junior, senior, so they can talk to you. Have you heard from some few colleges? Is there a college that you're really have aspirations to maybe try to get into if you hit certain marks?
The college I really wanted to go to was it still is Ohio State, the Ohio State, and so yes, but I'm always gonna I'll have a black backup plan. Like if I'm not able to get into Ohio State for some reason, then it's Baylor, and then if not, and so my mom, she's not the athlete, she's the academic part of the two pairs, and my dad's the athletic part. So it's real fun to see them bicker and arguing sometimes over what I should do, but. So she keeps me grounded in the academic level, and then colleges. And she said you always need to have a backup plan because you never know. You might injure yourself. So it's real cool. So I feel like I'm gonna leave my options open for the different colleges I want.
Gotcha.
I love that you understand, and your mom has pushed you to understand the importance of the academic side of that. That's
yes,
awesome.
ma'am.
You must be an A+ student, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Top 10%. Yes, ma'am.
Cool.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. That's awesome.
Now, what about you, Mia? What do you have plans to want to go throw in college? Are there colleges that you've already talked to? What's going on with that?
I definitely do want to throw in college, just kind of like Praiyer. Like I always wanted to be a volleyball player, but my height isn't really supporting me with that. And so I definitely for sure want to go throw in college. And I've talked to a few people, but I don't have like a specific, I want to go to this college. So we're going to do some tours this summer and kind of figure it out.
Are you really? Okay.
Awesome.
Okay, cool. Emma, what about you? What's been the recruitment like for you so far? And you don't have to go in great details. Just a couple places you've went and visited or where you want to go.
Yeah, so both of my parents were D1 athletes, so the recruitment process has definitely been very surgical and very painful at times because they make me consider things that I don't really feel like considering as a 17-year-old sometimes. But I just took a visit to Stanford, so that was a really cool experience, and that was really fun. And I think I just need to take my other 4 visits and everything. I think I have one planned to USC later in the fall, but other than that, I don't have really any other ones planned out. But I think just, taking a holistic approach and seeing where I can get the best degree and best, training situation, that's what's most important to me. So not really narrowed it down any more than that, but I'm really excited.
I knew your dad was your mother was a college athlete?
Yeah, my mom was a golfer. Yeah, she was a golfer in college, so.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's kind of where the mental training comes in. Golf is such a mental thing, so she keeps me training in that aspect.
Cool. So I'm guessing too, you Worlds and representing Sweden, we're hopefully the situation may become for Olympics someday then, right? Long term.
Yeah, I mean, that would be really cool. It's not necessarily in my control, but I mean, that's obviously a dream of mine, as is probably, everybody in the sport. It's kind of the biggest thing you can achieve. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And that's a great segue. The track and field's become, somewhat obsolete, but on the throwing side, it's actually kind of coming popular, and we're seeing a lot more athletes, have bigger success, and y'all 4 are definitely contributing to that. Open question. What do you think's going on in the U.S. where we're growing the advance of shot put and disc, and what do you think's contributing to that? Me, I'll ask you, Lucas, I'll let you be the first to answer.
I think social media is playing a big part in that. Like, it's being presented to a wider audience, like the algorithms and all that are just being reached out to a wider group of people, and people see this like, oh, I want to try it, and they end up liking it, or they end up don't liking it, and a lot more people end up liking it because it's the cool thing to do, I guess, and it's making me happy, It's good that you get to share the sport that you love with all English is not my friend right now, all these people.
That's all right, dude. Mia, what do you think the opportunity? Because you're out in West Texas in shallow water. People may not know where that's at. And you're state champion. You threw over 140 feet, which is huge, especially being a sophomore / junior. What are we doing to create more interest in throwing?
I mean, definitely getting to state, like. All of our underclassmen write us letters to say good luck, so that already opens up people were like, "Oh, what is that?" And they're like, "Oh, the Shoutwater girl's going." So then they see that because Shoutwater's obviously a really small town, so word spreads fast. And then I think Valerie Allman is really helping like spread all of this stuff just because she is using the UT coach, which is literally in Texas.
Yeah.
To get here, and especially winning is really good for the discus word around here. So
great answer. Praiyer, what about you? What do you think? What are we doing to grow the sport and the events of shot and disc? What do you feel like? What are we doing to contribute?
I also think social media, the spread of social media and stuff like that. Since we're furthering our knowledge in technology, is like it's bound to happen with social media expanding and stuff like that. So, and with that, different sports and different positions and different athletes and stuff like that will expand also and get more notoriety throughout the sports world and stuff like that. So, because when I threw my shot put, I was posting it all over. I was posting it everywhere I could to find because I was excited, but because of that, it pulled in like countless views, and then I even had a guy who was like my friend, he was like 130 and like so he's like I want to try that, and I was like, okay, that's good. I was like, okay, I don't know, you got to gain some weight a little bit, but we'll see. So I definitely feel social media takes a big part in that. So
awesome. For you, Emma, you've had a chance to go to Europe and experience some of how they do throwing over there. You know, what are you seeing that we're doing here in the U.S. to grow the events of shot and disc?
I mean, I think it comes down to a couple of things. First of all, I think it definitely starts in like the youth and everything like that. And I think that just like the role models, like Mia mentioned Valerie Allman, and then of course Ryan Krauser, just having those people who are just not just insanely talented and everything, but like good, honest, hardworking people. I think that just does such an amazing thing for the sport, and it creates these heroes. You know, everybody wants to have like a LeBron James or Tom Brady. Like everybody wants to have those heroes, and that if you can glamorize those people and kind of put them in the forefront and, you know, have them lead the way, I think that's just like the most important thing, because I mean, if there's nobody really doing it that's like somebody that you want to be, I think it's hard to find the inspiration there. So it's cool that we have so many, just like amazing people, not just amazing athletes, but amazing people that are leading the way for the US. And then of course, I think it comes down to like on the local scale, like what you guys are doing with the podcast and everything like that. Like that's been such a cool thing for me to stay connected to the community and like listen to the podcast and see what other people have to say. I think just like, you know, the outreach and stuff like that, that's just been like incredible. And I think, you know, like the education and stuff like that, that's really what's brought it up in the past few years.
Great answer. All right. You can, when you go pro, you can be back on. We'll let you be back on.
You can do all of our commercials.
Way to plug. All right. Getting back to some fun question. You win that gold medal at state. What was the post victory meal that we had to go to celebrate? Mia, you can answer first.
I got me lots of sushi.
Really?
Oh, it was so, especially in Austin, like it was so good.
Where did y'all go?
I have no clue. The first place we were like sushi near us, and then just went about stuff.
You just win, huh?
Yeah.
Awesome. So sushi, your favorite food?
I don't know. I was just feeling it that day.
You're just feeling there. You go. Yeah. You're in Austin. Try something new.
Yeah.
Lucas, what was that victory meal for you?
It was a big fat chicken fried steak.
Oh, really?
Where at?
Yeah, I went to the steakhouse. I can't remember what it's called, but they had a chicken fried steak there, and it was really, really good. And it was also like this big. It's pretty large.
I'm sure.
But I finished all of it, and I was really happy because my family was there to enjoy it with me. Not my chicken fried steak though. They enjoyed the dinner. No one takes my food.
There you go. Emma, what about you? What was the victory meal?
Man, I wish it could have been sushi. That would have been nice. But I think my coaches were just trying to get back to Dallas and everything. So it was a little bit lame. We listened to like some music and stuff, but later on with my parents, we went and got like fajitas and stuff. So that was
nice. Nice. So is that you Mexican food? Your favorite fajitas?
That's like kind of a celebration food for me. It's like really festive and fun and stuff like that. So that's a nice like celebration for me.
Gotcha. Mr. Jones, what was your go-to meal for celebration?
It was actually a breakfast because I was just so tired after throwing because I was running around and it was just I just expended all my energy. So I went to sleep and then woke up the next day and my parents took me out to eat at this I forgot the name of it, but it was real good. It had a big old pancake and everything. So it was
nice. Good. That's the way I would celebrate.
Pancakes, yes.
So the best thing in the world is breakfast for dinner. Pancakes and eggs, for dinner for sure. That's the way to go. So, guys, that's really all I have. Do we have anything else?
No, I think we hit.
Anything else? Is there any questions y'all want to ask each other? I'm curious. Okay.
Emma, how tall are you?
I'm 6'1", so
okay.
Geez.
Like, how do you throw this far? And like, that's crazy.
I don't know.
Praiyer, how tall are you, bud?
I'm working on my hand-eye coordination.
You're not 6'1". Yeah, she's blessed with long height. Long arms and great height. So, but hey, I will say this: size, as Emma knows, she has a little competitor that's been on her tail for 2 years that might be 5'6".
Yeah, she's short.
So
not even.
She's a little. Lucas said, "Not even." Lucas, she'll kill you if she's.
I'd love to see her try.
Yeah. So Janelle had one final question.
Yeah. So I want to ask you guys, what advice would you give someone younger than you who aspires to throw and to throw at a high level? Because you guys know, y'all play football, you play volleyball, so you see all these kids who want that opportunity to win state. And in those team events, I'm not going to say it's harder, but it's less likely because you depend on everybody else. So what is some advice you would give a younger athlete who wants to go to state or has never picked up an implement, just kind of that direction? What advice would you give them? And let's see, Praiyer, go first. You're off.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you go first.
Well, I would give advice of always keep working and never doubting yourself. Believe in your training and believe in what you do, because you just make sure you're always working and never don't doubt yourself. That's my biggest thing, because if you doubt yourself, you're limiting what you could do, so just don't doubt yourself and then just go out there and just compete. Just be in the moment and don't think so hard and overthink, and then be, just compete, have fun. And that's another big thing. Have fun. So I think a lot of people, when they compete or when they're and that is through life, just enjoy the time on earth, enjoy what you're doing, enjoy that you're blessed to even be living and stuff like that. So just enjoy life as it is, and you can take it seriously, but just don't take it don't take it so serious that you can't do anything. You can't throw, you can't run, you can't, it just limits you. So awesome. Yeah, have fun.
Great. Awesome. All right, Lucas, go next. What advice?
The advice I really have is just stick to your guns and keep pushing. That's it. Like, even if because you're going to have off days on meets, you're going to throw like crap one day, and you have to treat it like how you treat any other day. You just have to keep grinding, keep it pushing, and if you do that, then success will come your way. You just have to work for it.
That's
great answer.
Awesome. All right, Mia, what great advice do you have?
You're in control in what you can do. So if you want to be the best, you have to work harder than everybody else. And you just have to have the mental state of whatever work you put it in, it's going to show.
Great answer.
Perfect. All right, Emma, bring us home. What advice do you have?
Oh man, it's been a long journey for me, so I think I have some things to say, but I would say the biggest thing for like a younger kid would just be to like stay within yourself and your process, and just realize that I think I've been really lucky to have a world-class coach who's told me that like in his journey of being an Olympian and being a professional thrower that he had, a lot of really bad days. But even it's still hard for me to realize that like world-class throwers have really bad days, and I have really bad days, and everybody has really bad days, and I have a lot of bad days. You know what I'm saying? It's not like one bad day a month. It's like some days are just really rough, and 2 days can be rough in a row. But just staying consistent with your mindset and staying on your process, and just being really, just don't be hard on yourself. I think that's, one thing that is really easy to say, but it's a lot harder to do probably.
Great.
But just find ways to, bring yourself up and not feel like, oh man, I ate wrong this week, or oh man, I wasn't consistent in the weight room, or I could have gone harder. It's important to be honest with yourself and keep yourself accountable, but at the same time, don't be too hard on yourself where you're, just really like almost punished to the point where you're almost punishing yourself. That's not going to help you at all. You just got to be, nice to yourself in general. That'll probably help you the most.
Great answer.
Awesome.
Great answer.
Great advice, guys.
Do y'all want to kind of share your Instagram or Twitter or something like that, and so people can follow y'all, or maybe y'all can follow each other if y'all want to do that? Lucas, what's your Instagram?
My throwing account is Lucas HW throws or underscore throws. I don't remember, but look up Lucas HW. It'll probably pop up.
All right,
I think.
Cool. Mia, what's your Instagram?
Baby underscore Goik.
What?
You may have to type that one in somewhere.
Baby underscore Goik.
Goik. Okay, got it. Baby. All right. Emma, what about, I think you have a throwing page, right?
Yeah, I have a throwing page, but I don't know if it's going to be up for much longer. It's mostly for recruiting, but it's emma.sralla.training. But my other Instagram is just emma.sralla. So I'll probably, once I commit to a college, I'll probably start posting more of my training stuff to that one.
Gotcha. All right, cool. Mr. Jones, what's your Instagram?
It's Praiyer._J. And that's the only account I have. It's then after the A, it's an I.
A, then an I. All right, cool. Well, this will be out probably
next
Sunday.
Yeah.
So one thing y'all could do is that email that y'all reply, she sent out to y'all. If y'all have like a picture of you and your coach, or you and your parents with the gold medal, or even by yourself with a gold medal, would you send it to her? Because we create this pic collage that we kind of send out to let everybody know that y'all's podcast will be coming out. And so if y'all could just send a picture to Janelle, that would be great.
It'd be easier than me having to Google one of you.
Yeah.
Especially Mia, if you have some great action photos.
Yeah.
If y'all have a couple of action photos or a medal photo, because because you'll be on YouTube also. We put this on YouTube. And as we talk about you guys, I kind of throw some pictures in the background. So I may not use them all, but if you have some pictures you want me to look at, shoot them my way.
Yeah. So y'all will be on TV.
YouTube. You'll be famous on YouTube.
Be famous on YouTube.
All 10 viewers.
Maybe 11. Don't let her say that, guys.
We do have people who watch us on YouTube.
We're popular in Sweden, by the way. So there you go.
We should get more popular after this one, though.
Yeah, for sure. So,
and in Lubbock and Shallow Water, Texas.
And in Marlin.
And the Panhandle, and in Marlin. Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Thank y'all so much. Hey, congratulations to y'all.
Yes.
If y'all ever need anything from us, just feel free to reach out. God bless y'all. I hope to see y'all back at the state track meet again next year. Praiyer, I want both shot and disc gold medals. Emma, shot and disc gold medals. Mia, shot and disc gold medals.
Pick up that shot put, Mia.
Pick up that shot put.
Lucas, we'll see you on TV.
We'll see you
in Colorado.
At Colorado and the Olympics.
And there we go.
For hammer and in discus. There you go. Guys, y'all take care. Thank you. God bless.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Wow. Well, thanks to Emma and Lucas and Praiyer and Mia for being on the Zuma Champions. Just first off, what great young people.
Yes.
Outstanding job by the parents. You could tell all 4 of them had great families. Parents were involved in their lives, and that is a result of those kids' success in the track, on the ring, but also I have a feeling they're also successful in the classroom and outside of the track.
Yes,
as well.
very well-spoken
Yes.
individuals that gives you hope in humanity.
Yeah.
They knew it. They had goals. They had great advice. Just well-rounded, great little tidbits of wisdom from all of them. So I so can't wait to see what Emma and Mia and Praiyer do next year in high school.
Yeah.
That'll be exciting.
Yeah.
They'll hopefully pick up the other implement that they have such a disdain for.
Yeah. And it just goes to show you that it don't matter what classification you come from, whether it's 1A, 2A, 3A, or even 6A, you can be successful. Because in throwing, in the shot and disc, the ring's the same size, the implements are the same size. You know, a 1A thrower can go and compete and beat a 6A thrower, you know, and that's, you know, that couldn't happen in football. That couldn't happen in basketball, you know, but in throwing, you know, the individual sport, you know, Mia could go and compete against Emma and beat her, and vice versa. And Praiyer could go compete against Lucas and beat him as well. So it's just, you know, we all show up and we all show up to compete. I love the fact that they're very knowledgeable and were educated on answering, giving back to the community, and also the question about growing the sport and why was that. That was just beautiful, and the answers they gave as well.
Yeah, they did a great job.
So guys, we'll see y'all down the road. Y'all take care.
All right, we want to thank our sponsors, Texas Track and Field Coaches Association, ttfca.org. Go check them out for all of the results from the state meet. As you want to look on what some of those state champions may be doing in the summer meets and all that, you can find some names and then follow them throughout the summer. 4throws.com, get you some implements. Make sure and use the code TalkingThrows10 to get 10% off. Porta Circle, porta-circle.com. Also use the code TalkingThrows10 to get your Porta Circle. Get lots of reps in. If you're in the off season, if you're not doing summer track, if you're in the Austin area, Ready Up Athletic Development, go to readyupad.com and follow Zach Phillips.
Hello, Talking Throws Texas podcasters. I'm Bruce Caldwell. I'm here today to introduce the FiberSport Discus. Yes, many of you thought I only made great vaulting poles. I have been bringing quality discuses to the throwers' hands for over 40 years. First as Cantabrian USA representative, then for the past 10 years as the Nelco discus distributor. I introduced the yellow-plated discus for the plastic's best durability. If your FiberSport discus breaks, we replace it. Our studies have reached into the science of using a wind tunnel and adding microchips to the discus to find the spin, the gravity, the flight stability of the discus. We have found it's not about rim weight anymore. It's more about creating a balanced stability to allow the discus to fly and surf the wind. Our new FiberSport discus is made to be selected to fit your needs, no matter the weather, no matter the conditions. Check out our discus selection guide at fibersportdiscus.com and find a dealer in your area that sells our fine product. Thank you, Jason and Janelle, for allowing me to talk with your listeners on Talk and Throws Texas Style.
And then remember to check out the Throwing Factory. Buy some cool stuff. We got our hammer, not MC hammer shirts. We got some, where's some cool stuff? This side, some hats. All the things on our shopping page. If you're looking for lessons, reach out to us. Doing lessons, we got Coach Kyle, we got Coach Morgan Knight, we got Coach Charvis. You can find all of their information on our website. So go look that up and reach out to us.
And then also, don't forget Lifting DFW Human Performance. Go to liftingdfw.com if you're looking for team training, strength and conditioning, individual or a couple of people or small groups. We can be able to fit your needs as well. But also, too, don't forget to go to Spotify or to Apple and give us a like and give us a comments, feedback on how we're doing on that YouTube. Please go to that YouTube search Talking Throws Podcast. Give us a thumbs up. Follow us. Give us a like, please, because the more feedback we get from y'all, the more content we can give, and we can get it out there to our listeners and provide better results. So,
and if you're new to listening to this, because you know these high school kids, go back and find some others. We've interviewed javelin throwers, hammer throwers. We've interviewed coaches, officials. We've interviewed people, Randy Matson all the way to Ron Krauser. We've interviewed Olympians. We've interviewed people who walked on and were tracked. So we try to get the whole, he does all the work, trying to get the whole gamut of people in the throwing area. So there is someone out there that can have something that will add, just add some great
value.
Thank you, that's word. Value to your throwing career. So again, if you were new because you're best friends with Mia and now you want to throw, go out there and find someone to listen to. There's a lot of amazing people to listen to on the podcast.
All right.
Thank you guys.
Take care.